This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Ural. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Selangor ruler Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah has expressed regret over the use of abusive and rude words by certain politicians during political campaigning. The ruler also commented on politicians dragging the royal institution into their speeches. Selangor ruler Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah has criticized certain politicians who have hurled abusive and rude words during the political campaign in the state election. In a speech after swearing in 10 state executive council members at Istana Alam Shah, Klang, today, he said politicians and leaders had not only used rude words, but also dragged the royal institution into their speeches.
Sikap biadab mereka ini telah melangkau batasan-batasan dan nilai-nilai keperadian orang Islam dan Melayu yang sering dipelihara. Ingatlah, jangan kerana kita menyangka bahawa kita cukup popular di kalangan rakyat sehingga bertindak memperlekehkan sesiapa yang tidak sehaluan dengan fahaman politik masing-masing, malah sanggup pula hadir ke negeri Selangor dengan melemparkan cacian melampau batas. Kemana hilangnya budi bahasa? Ini bukan budaya kita, khususnya orang Melayu, untuk menghina sesiapa pun, khususnya di kalangan ramai. Peliharalah adab dan susila kita, apatah lagi apabila kita bertandang ke negeri atau rumah orang.
The ruler did not mention any names during his speech. However, prior to the campaign period for the state elections, Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Mad Noor had allegedly insulted Sultan Sharafuddin over the ruler's choice of a Menteri Besar. In a viral video of Sanusi speaking at a ceramah in Selangor, he was seen comparing the Kedah Sultan and his Selangor counterpart, whom he alleged had chosen a lousy Menteri Besar. As a result, he was arrested and slapped with 2 charges of sedition at the Selayang Sessions Courts on July 18th. Both charges accused him of uttering words that had a tendency to incite disloyalty against a ruler. Sanusi claimed trial to both charges. Moving on to Kedah, Bersatu has taken up 3 exco positions in the state leadership lineup. This is 2 down from the previous term. 10 state assembly persons in Kedah were sworn in as state executive council members today. Kedah ruler Sultan Salahuddin Sultan Badli Shah oversaw the swearing-in ceremony of the new lineup at Istana Anak Bukit this morning. Bersatu has only taken 3 of the exco positions in Kedah. Bersatu executive councillors who were sworn in today include Bukit Kayu Hitam Assembly Person Hajah Halimatun Syaadia Saad, Suka Menanti Assembly Person Zawahir Haji Abdul Ghani, and Kubang Rotan Assembly Person Muhammad Saleh Saidin. Janari Assembly Person Muhammad Sanusi Mad Noor, who was sworn in as Menteri Besar on August 14th, was also present at the ceremony. Sanusi holds 8 portfolios including state planning, land affairs, minerals and geosciences, earth products, finance, GLCs, State Economic Action Council, Kedah Development 2035, and external cooperations. Yesterday, Berita Harian had reported that Bersatu was unhappy with the Executive Council lineup arrangement as the party was given 5 exco positions in the previous term and the State Legislative Speaker post. Berita Harian quoted a source as saying that they didn't want the same thing as what is happening in Kelantan and Terengganu, where only 1 exco post was given to Bersatu in each state, even though they worked together for PN in those states. In the recent 6 state elections, PN won 33 out of 36 state seats in Kedah, giving it a supermajority in the state assembly. Of these seats, Bersatu won 11, up from the 5 they held prior to the polls. Gerakan also won 1 seat and PAS won 21 seats, which Kedah PAS Chief Ahmad Yahaya described as a historic feat. The Court of Appeal has ordered Lim Guan Eng to pay 250,000 ringgit to Abdul Aziz for defamation. The Court of Appeal has ordered former Penang Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng to pay 250,000 ringgit to former Baling MP Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim over a defamation suit. The three-person bench chaired by Judge Aziza Nawawi also ordered Lim to pay 70,000 ringgit in costs to Aziz. Aziz's appeal targets the Penang High Court's decision in December 2020, which dismissed his lawsuit against Lim. In the civil lawsuit filed, Aziz claimed that Lim had issued defamatory statements that linked him to a 3 million ringgit consultation fee payment from a developer of the controversial Penang Undersea Tunnel project. In the ruling today, the Court of Appeal ruled that the lower court had erred in allowing Lim's defense to justification, fair comment and qualified privilege over his statement regarding Aziz. Judge Azimah said that Lim's statement went beyond seeking for the authorities to investigate the issue of alleged wrongdoing over the undersea tunnel project and imputed that Aziz was involved in the matter. She also noted that there was no evidence that Lim had reached out to Aziz and that no further verification efforts were done. The lead judge also added that Lim had not made the statement on public interest, but was made for political gain for the then upcoming 14th general election in 2018. She reminded that Lim, as a veteran politician and one who was involved in numerous court cases, should be aware of the aspects of defamation law and the need to seek prior verification. Lim reportedly made the claims against Aziz during a press conference at the Penang Chief Minister's office on February 28, 2018, as well as during a Chinese New Year open house hosted by the Penang Development Corporation on the same day.
We are often faced with nutrient deficiency needed for our body. This is why I choose G-Sure. G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink that helps to improve the immune system and strengthen our bodies. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
National Unity Minister Aaron Ago Dagang has called on state leaders to strengthen unity and follow the same logo and theme for the National Day celebration. This came following a proposal from PN Youth for the 4 states under the PN administration to use a different logo and theme for state-level celebrations. National Unity Minister Aaron Ago Dagang has criticized a proposal by Perikatan Nasional to use a different logo and theme for the National Day celebration in states that they govern. He said such a proposal would be seen as a social deficit to promote disunity and would go against the government's efforts in ensuring the well-being of the community. He was referring to PN Youth Chief Ahmad Fadli Shari's proposal for the 4 states under the PN administration to use a different National Day logo and theme for state-level celebrations. Aaron said it is closely related to the spirit of cooperation, tolerance and good relations between the federal government and the states, which must be dealt with carefully. He said the government's theme, which was launched on May 27th, was to foster a spirit of unity and patriotism and instill a deep love for the nation. Every citizen, he said, is well aware that every year the event is celebrated with the spirit of patriotism and love for the country to remember the sacrifices of our freedom fighters and their struggles for independence. The logo and the theme that have been set symbolize togetherness among Malaysians, he added. Aaron also called on all parties to help promote national unity and join hands to ensure that efforts to strengthen unity can be achieved. Previously, it was reported that Fadli had said that Perlis, Kedah, Kelantan and Terengganu, which are under PN rule, would likely use the alternative logo and theme, Teguh Muafakat Malaysia Sejahtera, that was launched by PN Youth yesterday. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil had earlier announced Malaysia Madani, Dekat Perpaduan, Penuhi Harapan, as the government's theme for the 2023 National Day and Malaysia Day celebrations. Meanwhile, PN's Youth Chief Ahmad Fadli Shari said his proposal was just a suggestion. He said if PN-led state governments feel that they have no issue with the federal government's theme, then they are free to use it. Perikatan National Youth Chief Ahmad Fadli Shari said that the coalition's youth wing was merely throwing out ideas to use a different National Day logo and theme. He said that it was the state government's prerogative on whether to decide to use the alternative logo and theme or those announced by the federal government. He added that PN-led state governments may adopt the federal government's theme if they have no issue with it. Fadli was quoted as saying by Harian Metro that it isn't a big issue to them. However, he said that PN Youth would continue to use its proposed logo and theme. He stressed that there would be no separate ceremony using the logo and theme to celebrate National Day, but only through a social media campaign. He added that this was to ensure people would be patriotic without it being mixed with elements of party politics. Previously, PN's Terengganu Menteri Besar Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar said that the state would not be using the proposed alternative logo and theme. However, Samsuri stressed that state governments set the themes for Merdeka Day celebrations at the state level, not the federal government. In an earlier TikTok post, Fadli had urged the federal government to use neutral words for its National Day theme and logo, claiming that the current one had political messaging. He explained that it contained words that were used by Pakatan Harapan and BN during campaigning for the recent state elections. Anthony Loke has announced that the cockpit voice recorder from the aircraft that crashed in Bandar Elmina has been sent to Singapore for analysis. He said experts in Singapore would help retrieve data and an announcement would be made once the recording is available. The cockpit voice recorder or CVR of the aircraft that crashed near Bandar Elmina in Shah Alam last Thursday has been sent to a laboratory in Singapore for analysis. This is according to Transport Minister Anthony Loke. Speaking at a press conference today, he said the Malaysian Air Accident Investigation Bureau or AAIB faced difficulties in retrieving data from the charred CVR whose memory puck was still intact. He said experts in Singapore would retrieve data from the final 30 minutes of voice recording captured in the memory puck before the crash happened. Loke added that he hoped all parties would give time to the authorities to get an analysis of the recording. He said he did not know how long it would take, but they are doing their best to get the recording and would make an announcement once it is available. According to Loke, the United States National Transportation Safety Board were also asked to assist in the probe because the aircraft was registered in the US. He said a report on the preliminary investigation into the crash, prepared by AAIB with the help of the NTSB, would be released within a month. The Beechcraft 390 Premier 1 aircraft flying from Langkawi to Subang crashed onto the Guthrie Highway at about 2:50 p.m. on August 17, killing all 8 people on board, including Pahang State Executive Councillor Johari Harun. A motorcyclist and car driver who happened to be passing by on the highway were also killed. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you would like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.